No way, they go have to beat me, they go have to eat me, or the heads go roll. Tell them I was born in this land, I will die in this land, nobody go run me. But when it come from, nobody go run me, lad. Nobody go run me, nobody go run me, nobody go run me. Me woman must yam, me papa must yam, me woman must yam, me woman must yam. Nobody go run me, nobody go run me, nobody go run me, lad. Nobody go run me. Life is much for us to choose. Some we win and some we lose. But sometimes life is so confusing. I had a lot of friends one time whom I used to wine and dine and gave them bread when they need it. No, most of them are against me, thinking they can me, simply because I am not what they all want me to be. And with the political views I can agree, but tell them for me know that I ain't gonna live life, I ain't gonna grow, sitting in the cold, not me, I'll be. No way, they gonna have to beat me, they gonna have to eat me, or the head go roll. Tell them I say, I was born in this land, I will die in this land, nobody go run me. From where me come from, nobody go run me, nobody go run me, nobody go run me, nobody go run me. Me woman must yam, me papa must yam, me woman must yam, me people must yam. Nobody go run me, nobody go run me. When they say at CDC, work at Halcyon for free. When they went bankrupt and had no money, because of my tolerance, they gave me the assurance the job belongs to me. But I hear some people hide in our society. They don't like my control because they can't control me, so they learn to kick out my ass. Tell them, money no dice. I ain't gonna live nice. I ain't gonna grow old, sitting in the cold, not me short. No way. All you have to beat me, all you have to bury me more than 6 feet or more. Tell them I say, I was born in this land, I will die in this land, nobody go run me. From when they come round, nobody go run me, nobody go run me, nobody go run me, nobody go run me. Me woman must yam, me papa must yam, me woman must yam, me picky must yam. Nobody go run me, nobody go run me. Elections come and gone, some of them living with sun, others put the whole point against me. Tell them I don't give a damn, I am going to sing my song exactly as I see it. Whoever wants to make me a political enemy, who feel that they're playing bad and correct the life for me, tell them I am running away. Tell them for me know that I ain't gonna live life, I ain't gonna grow old, till the cold, not me short. No, all you have to beat me, all you have to bury me more than 6 feet or more. Tell them I say, I was born in this land, I will die in this land, nobody go run me. From where they come from, nobody go run me, nobody go run me, nobody go run me, dad, nobody go run me. Me woman must yam, me papa must yam, me woman must yam, me woman must yam.
Hi, you're tuned in to Just Jamila. You know the rules. I talk about what I want to talk about until you call to change the subject. So call 773-0390 or 773-0490 and get to know and talk to me because I'm Just Jamila.
Let me get
The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views or opinions of WSDX, its owners, advertisers, employees, or management. Leave us your comments at WSDX.
Okay.
The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views or opinions of WSDX, its owners, advertisers, employees, or management. Email us your comments at WSDX@VIRadio.com. The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views or opinions of WSDX, its owners, advertisers, employees, or management. Email us your comments at WSDX. The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views or opinions of WSDX, its owners, advertisers, employees, or management. Email us your comments at WSDX@VIRadio.com.
Coming in hot, hot, hot. Firing some shot, shot, shot. Coming in red hot, hot, hot. It's a musical shot, shot, shot. I just clean up my nozzle. I just do my parade. And I cock me hammer. Cause I'm gonna pull me trigger. Hot, hot, hot. Firing some shot, shot,
Okay, we can
shot.
start. Ready? Yeah. Okay, let me turn this on first. We don't get Good morning, good morning, good morning. And how are you guys doing this lovely Saturday morning? It is the last day of the best month of the year. It's the last day of February. I want to wish everybody a wonderful good morning. If you guys are tuned in on the radio, you're at 9:70 a.m., my absolute favorite place for you to be listening to me at, or you are at WSTXradio.com, my second favorite place. And to the audience that keeps me on my toes, and you guys gonna have to tell me, there's so much things that we need to unpack this week. So I am open to suggestions. I did not write down anything for this week. I didn't write anything down in my little notebook. Let's see, I did not write anything down. So see, last week I wrote down this last week, and which was 221, and a blank page. I didn't write anything down for this week. So you guys have to help me. Yeah, you guys have to help me and pick top. No. I said the people have to help me and pick topics to talk about. I don't have any birthdays today. But I want to say, I hope whoever, I don't know anybody that has a specific birthday today, but anybody celebrating a birthday, happy birthday, and all of that good stuff. Today ends Black History Month. Tomorrow starts Virgin Islands History Month and Women's History Month. So we have lots of celebrating to continue to do. So where am I in my stuff? I have to share something with you guys before we start, right? So I'm like early today because clearly I went, y'all know I don't always try. I'm trying to be better this year and be on time, right? But I got a notice yesterday. My cousin texted me and say, "But we're gonna be gone tomorrow morning, 7:00, Jamie." So that's about the time I'll be rolling out of bed, rushing to. Who's this? Somebody calling me. Hold on 1 second. I have a guest coming up, so this is them. Hello. I'm actually early today. I'm on the air. Y'all coming up this Saturday?
Yeah, Denise are coming, but is
Okay.
there a number that some of us can call?
Yes, 773-0390, 773-0490. Okay? Okay, no problem, sweetheart. Okay, bye-bye. So I do have a guest coming. The people for the Double Dutch, but when they get here, we'll talk to them. So until then, y'all need to tell me what we want to talk about. But let me share this with y'all. So WAPA was supposed to be gone from 7 to 12. So I had to get up and bathe to leave the government, to come out in the government street and leave my house and go in the government street. So I got up and I was early, so I was here on time and all of that stuff. And so I was downstairs getting my cute little, see my cute little $4 bag. This bag literally costs $4, right? And it has like strawberries on it. But anyways, I was getting my cute little bag out of the car, and I was telling Shashamani come around to grab something, and he was like, no. And I now have him afraid of cats. Apparently, when he's with me, he'd act like he afraid of cats. When he's with his dad or anybody else, he ain't afraid. He can just do what they doing, right? But with me, I afraid cats, so he'd act like he afraid of cat too, right? I think because any other time he gonna go around the cat. But there was a cat right there on the sidewalk. I turned around. He said there was a cat. I turned around. I thought he saw a cat coming, but I turned around and the cat was right on the little ledge where you get to park the car by Bistro, and it was right there. And the cat was looking at me, and I think the cat said meow. Look, I getting goosebumps, and I screamed because what else does a girl do that's frightened but scream, right? Like the scary movie. I screamed, and the cat didn't move, and so I was in the backseat of my car trying to climb into, because now, I'm poised awkwardly by getting the stuff out the car, so I can't like get back in. Y'all didn't want to see my big fat self trying to step backwards into my car to close the door to climb in the front, and then I heard Nemi's voice, and I was like, Nemi, right? And I heard Nemi coming down the stairs, and I was like, Nemi, and I was like, cat, Nemi, cat, because I shoot a cat and the cat didn't move. And like, you know how you stamp your foot, like make a noise, the cat didn't move. And I said, shoot, and it didn't shoot. And I'm trying to climb in. And so Nemi came, and Nemi was like, are you afraid of a cat? I was like, of course. Right? What do you mean? Am I afraid of a cat? Of course I'm afraid of a cat. And so her sister was like, you afraid of a cat and you have a cat? I was like, listen. And of course it's funny because I'm trying to climb in the back of the Jeep with the door open. But let me tell y'all. So Nemi came and Nemi rescued me. But these cats, y'all need to stop. Stop. People obviously feed these cats. These cats that just come up, like, stop feeding them. That's why they're multiplying. How do we get rid of them? Like, I am all for the humane disposal of these cats. It's ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. And the thing is, these people like cats but hate humans. They would feed the cat, but see people hungry on the street and somebody asks them for bread, they ain't gonna get them the bread. They're gonna hold all kind of judgment against the homeless, those who are underhoused, those who may be living in addiction, but and hold all kind of judgment against them, but gonna feed cats. Anyways, I need to know how to yeah. So the cat was there, and so I was a little bit flustered coming up here. I really don't like animals. I've come to the conclusion. And then cats are supposed to be scaredy. So like when you clap or you make noise, I clap, I stamp my feet, I said shoo, and the cat didn't move. These people are feeding these cats. So yeah, it was horrible. So I had a horrible morning getting up here. And I was trying to, I would be screaming, the bistro open at 8:00. I was going to scream until somebody came to help me because I don't know how I would have gotten it was very terrifying. But yeah, that's what happened. That's my cat story for the morning. Guys, post on here or text me and let me know what topics you want me to talk about. There's a list, put a list of topics and we will see. Okay, Ilma wants us to talk about donators' investigation on Epstein records become public. Okay. All right. So we can talk Epstein. My problem with Epstein is, and I'm going to say this. The national media should not care more about what happened in the Virgin Islands than Virgin Islanders. And we have individuals, in the Virgin Islands, we have only one printed newspaper now, which is the Daily News in St. Thomas. We have online publications. We have the consortium. We have the source. And then we have our public broadcasting system. In all honesty, I have seen the most investigative reporting coming from our public broadcasting system, which, in the line of NPR has been reporting. And so it's clear that they want to do fair and balanced reporting, just like they're part of the public broadcasting systems, NPR and all of them, people that does write and stuff like that. So we have that. But outside of our public broadcasting system, our local media is failing our community. And here in the Virgin Islands, the message that the whole world is receiving is that we good. For the right price, we good with anything you want to do here in the territory. And I want to ask you, the people of the Virgin Islands, if you okay with that, because I certainly am not. I am not okay with that. It is problematic for me to not be able to see our journalists, and I'm using air quotes here, in the Virgin Islands, conducting investigations, printing articles, making the connections that these national media outlets are doing. Why are they doing the work that we're supposed to do, our local media is supposed to do here? The media is supposed to be our fourth estate. And Malcolm X said it, who controls the media controls how the people think in the Virgin Islands. And it lends me to believe that our local media may be trying to protect individuals and not present the information because they have a vested stake maybe and a desired outcome for 2026. I'm not getting it. I don't understand it. And I need for the media to do the job that you're supposed to do, which is to provide the information and let the people make a decision based on the information presented. We should not be reading in the New York Post that our delegate to Congress continued the relationship with Epstein after the first dump, when she went on CNN and said that, that he was a constituent. No, ma'am, he was your friend. It ain't text. So you lied on CNN about your relationship. At least that's how it appears based on this document dump and this news story from the New York Post. We should not have national outlets, CNN, reporting that the governor of the Virgin Islands is, in contact with Epstein. Now, I don't buy the Daily News, what people are telling me. And now it seems like the Daily News didn't realize that other people was involved in the Epstein mess. Only the governor, because clearly they have an axe to grind with the current governor. And so they're reporting and doing a story on Albert's text or messaging or emails with Epstein, but they haven't done it with somebody who wants to become governor. And there's an existential threat to our territory. And I say it all the time here on this radio station. I say it in my real life. I will protect the Virgin Islands from all enemies, foreign and domestic. That's how much I love the Virgin Islands. And we're ignoring this threat. But that's what happens when we like people here in the Virgin Islands. When we like you, we don't twist and turn and maneuver to justify bad behavior, bad decisions. We do that. And when you don't like somebody, like I don't like me, Oh, Jesus. Ain't nothing I could do that could ever be right. I don't get called out my name. I don't get called everything but a child of God. And that's just wrong. That's just wrong. I'm not saying that if you like any one candidate in this race and if you are okay with their affiliations or not, but give the public the information. That is the job of the news media. And let the people decide what side of the fence they want to fall on, what side of history they want to fall on. But give the information. How is it that our public can't get answers? We don't know anything. Why we don't know anything? Why we have to go to CNN? Why we have to go to the New York Post? Why we have to go to the New York Times? Why we have to go to the Miami Herald? Why do we have to go to newspapers outside of the territory to figure out what happened here in the Virgin Islands? The whole world is watching. The whole world is watching how we're going to respond. And is it that we are okay for the right amount of money to let anybody come into our territory and do whatever it is that they want to do? Because that is the message that our media is sending by not writing the stories. And that's the message the public is sending by not kicking up and saying, give us the information. Everybody wants to be a radio host. Everybody wants to be an influencer. Everybody wants to be a podcaster. But everybody wants to invite people on their platform to have discussions. Discussions on what? When the people don't have the information. Why aren't we kicking up and saying, release the files? Let us know. How is it? Tell me, how is it that if it was a private jet, a commercial jet, how did these people get to St. Thomas? How did they leave the St. Thomas airport, drive to wherever they drive to, and get on a boat to get to St. James and Little St. James? How? There must be people in our community that knows. Why is it that we aren't insisting that an investigation be launched so that this pattern isn't repeated? Why is it that we're not asking to learn from our mistakes? We still waiting to see the fallout for Bruce Smith. And everybody all of a sudden gone quiet on Bruce Smith. Where is that? Where is that information? How is it? Is everybody okay with people abusing children in our territory? Because I know I am not. I don't care if I know them. I don't care if they were from the Virgin Islands, they're from Russia, they're from Tanzania. It doesn't matter. I am not okay with anybody abusing children here in our Virgin Islands. And as a people, we should not be okay with that. But our collective silence says that we are okay with it. They arrested the Queen's son, the king's brother, a man with immense wealth, because of his affiliation to Epstein. crickets in the Virgin Islands. We've had members whose name, people, the former Harvard president, he's and who still holds a teaching job at Harvard. He's stepping down. Bill Gates has had to issue a public apology. We haven't even gotten a half an apology in the Virgin Islands. And while I am equally as appalled that the governor was hee-hawing and shoo-shooing with Epstein, Albert is a lame duck. He is a lame a duck as a duck can be. But there are people who may want to replace Albert that may have ties to this man that we don't know about, that has never apologized, and we don't know if they will repeat that behavior. Because if you don't own something, apologize for it and move forward, how are we supposed to trust? I'm just asking, how? You know, on my write-up here, somebody was like, oh, you don't work for the legislature. The legislature needs to conduct investigations. And yeah, everybody looks at the legislature, but we all have a responsibility. If the public is okay with it, you think the senator is going to be like, oh, well, the hospital need fixing. We ain't have no time for this. But this is important. The systematic abuse of our children has to be looked into. We have to figure out how these people was coming here, driving in St. Thomas and Io roads, being abused on an island, and nobody ain't know nothing, ain't see nothing, can't tell we how the plane land, what time of the night the plane coming, none of that. Everybody. And on some level, people that we know, people that we love, people that we care about, were involved. Let's just say, let's just call a spade a spade. And we cannot continue to protect the people we love by sweeping things under the bus. Or sweeping things under the rug. Hear me, Bubba. Sweeping things under the rug. We have to be like, you were wrong. And I'm sure there are people in St. Thomas that knew somebody that worked at the airport, and then all of a sudden, they have nicer things than their salary could afford. And you wonder, oh, you watch them and be like, yeah, you know? But we don't know. And we won't know unless there's a major document dump. And is the people in New York concerned about us really? No. So why is it that we aren't concerned about us? The New York Times is writing the story because it's a governor, and Albert is the governor, and our governor has been in contact with this man. And then they're going to write the story because Stacey Plaskett was an impeachment manager for Trump. And she's been out there in the world. And so they're going to pick up on it. And then they're going to look at us and say, well, it happened in our district. How is it that none of y'all news stories, none of our media writing, picking this up? Y'all ain't reading the same documents we reading? Yeah. See, my friend Henry Shang, me and Henry to be talking about this all the time. Henry to be like, oh, people said it tired of Epstein, but it's going until it happened to your child or to your grandchild or to your niece or to your nephew. Ain't gonna bother you, but it bother me. It don't have to be somebody I know. No child should be the victim of abuse. No woman should be forced to lay with a man that she don't want to lay with. You know? And I gonna say this. There's a difference between somebody sending you a check blind and you don't know who's sending it, to going and knocking on somebody's door, having coffee, breaking bread with them, and asking them for money. There's a difference. There is a difference. And so I'm asking that our journalists, all our so-called podcasters, so-called influencers, want to be media personalities, lend your platform to demanding answers so that history does not repeat itself. Because one day it might be somebody close to you and you will want somebody to defend your blood. You know? And that's why I have to say on that saga. Release all the records. Let us figure out what we need to tighten up so that this does not happen again. All right. That was the Epstein thing. All right. So what was the next subject I wanted me to talk about? Okay. I talked about the Epstein. That's my position on the Epstein. I think that we can put it to bed after we have a complete release of all the records locally and the stuff done. Okay. All right. What else do we need to what else I want? What's the next subject? Okay, nominations for the boards in the Virgin Islands. Tony Brown wants me to talk about that. What do you want me to talk about, Tony? Oh, same people over and over, clearly. All right, so Title 3, I want to believe it's Title 3, Chapter 5, Section 65A, subparagraph C, if A, C is D, of the Virgin Islands Code states that somebody wants to talk to me? Okay. Who it is? Tell him hold on. I come in. This section of the Virgin Islands Code says that no person can serve on more than 2 boards, and that no single person can have more than 2 terms on a particular board, all right? And I just gave me a little update, hold on, that there's a new story on the news feed. I'm gonna share that with y'all in just a second. So, yeah, so this week there was a hearing for the Port Authority Board, and they renominated the 3 current members for a third 3-year term. Am I okay with that? No. I think that I can like the individuals. I like all 3 nominees. However, I do believe that the law should be followed. The governor made reference to that section, or that he knows the section of the code. And I think that we need to open space for young Virgin Islanders to serve on these boards. You know, former Senator White, Miss Leona Smith, and Willa John, I thank them for their service on the Port Authority Board, but the only exclusion to that or exception to that clause is exceptional service. And while I like all three of them, I am a Crucian, and I don't think that the three of them have provided exceptional service to the port as it relates to St. Croix. We've heard the governor saying that St. Croix shouldn't have an airport terminal or whatever it is he said when he was on somebody, I think it was on Neville's show, that people were up in arms about. We have major issues. Our airport, and Senator Dow said, oh, we add a tax in St. Thomas. That's how come we build the building. We can't add the tax to St. Croix. They didn't want to pay the tax. That's because we don't have the same amount of flights. And when I hear people compare the two airports, it's different. It's apples to oranges. St. Croix has the runway. St. Croix have the land. Do we hear any of those people talking about using our airport on St. Croix as a flight hub for cargo? We don't have any cargo operations. You build it and they're gonna come. When you wanted Crown Bay on St. Thomas, because if you build it, Crowley gonna come and Tropical gonna come, you went ahead and you pushed full steam ahead with that endeavor. Why not build up the St. Croix airport cargo capacity? That stretch where Fleming's Transport and all of them other places used to be, the airport hangar, that has been in a deplorable condition. St. Croix has been getting the sharp end of the stick from the Port Authority. So I don't see how anybody or any senator from St. Croix can vote in support of them and say that the service was exceptional. Our service on St. Croix has not been exceptional. We get an airline coming for 4 months, 3 months, and then the airline gone. In St. Thomas, they could always an inaugural flight, an added flight, and I understand how it works. But part of how it works is that you have to have an interest first. The interest has to be with who managing, and there isn't an interest for St. Croix. And I don't care who vex, dead, who dead, bury, Isaac Crucian, I live here. They like to say is one CAFA. Yes, well, all the money they're going to one CAFA, one set of people living better than the other set of people. The government using all of the money, but the economy in St. Thomas looks a lot different than the economy in St. Croix. People at St. Thomas, if their government job can't satisfy their obligations, they could get a second job at multiple places. And St. Croix, the only place you could get a second job to is to the market at Auto Plaza. Ain't got no other place that you could get a second job to, because we don't have the economy. We're not building St. Croix. So don't tell me that these board members did an exceptional job when the proof needs to be in the pudding, and the pudding is local for me, St. Croix. If you can't tell me what you have done to add flights to St. Croix, our belt always out of order. Come on, and give me a Scooby-Doo moment. No, I don't understand. They're qualified people in the Virgin Islands. Put out an ad in the newspaper. Speak, and you have a platform every Monday. Say, listen, we are looking for Virgin Islanders who might be interested in serving on the port. We need to bring new ideas. We cannot have the same people with the same ideas. You have to think outside of the box. We have to, while some things may not be sustainable, if you build it, they're going to come. And we can't get our hotel. We can't get an airport hotel on St. Croix yet. But in St. Thomas, they get a whole new parking lot. They always fixing stuff in St. Thomas. When you pass in on St. Thomas and you down the St. Thomas stretch, that road, they helping to fix up the beach. They leasing out the hotels on the property. And we can't have that same kind of vested interest in St. Croix. And I ain't supposed to be upset, and me supposed to question it. You could enter into deals with Royal Caribbean to build out Crown Bay. You get Tropical shipping them to build out the cargo side. But when it comes to St. Croix, is always an issue. It's always a complication. It's always something that can never go right. And I supposed to say, oh, but the service is exceptional? No, man. It's exceptionally bad on the island of St. Croix. Exceptionally bad. That's the only exception they have. Exceptionally bad on St. Croix. You know, so the St. Thomians, they have in St. Thomas, the Red Hook Terminal look good. St. John Port look good. Where else look good? All kind of thing look good. They started here in Gallows Bay. They dropped that. They never come back. They fixed the little room one time. They never look back. It's like, oh, let me just put plaster and shut them cruisions up and make them think that we're doing something. Crickets. Okay? So and another thing is that I am like, I play politics differently. You are a lame duck governor, and you're appointing somebody to a board for another 3 years, which means that they're going to be beholden to you, which means that as a lame duck governor, you're going to continue to have your clause in the next person's administration for a good for 3 years, because this year, well, 2 years, because this is one, and then two years into the other person term. Do I think it's fair? No. 2 terms is enough. 2 terms, go home. Don't tell me nothing about, oh, we ain't gonna have a quorum. Well, you know you weren't going to have a quorum when you sent down the names in violation of the law. So I live in St. Croix. When I fly out of St. Croix, and if St. Croix airport don't look beautiful, I ain't supporting. And again, I like Celestino personally. I know him. I love him. I love Leona. I love Willard. But thank you for your service. Bye-bye. Good morning.
Morning to my favorite cruiser sister.
Good morning, love. How are you?
I am blessed. They say don't say blessed, but guess what? I gonna always say I blessed and highly favored by the Most High Jah. Listen. I was just listening to you, right? And let me tell you, I appreciate the way that you keep it real. You talk the truth and shame the devil, because I was watching that hearing, right? And shame on anybody who approved to put those 3 individuals back on a board for a 3rd year. When, yes, you're correct, we have young Virgin Islanders and young people who could actually sit on these boards for forward trajectory and change. And yes, I agree 100% that St. Croix needs attention. The St. Croix airport needs development. It needs attention. Right across the street from the St. Croix airport is a major tourist attraction that could be developed, a major attraction for the Caribbean. Yeah. And that could be developed as far as sports, tourism. So listen to this here, right?
And we have plenty land. We got land knocking down. Okay.
Yes, and as I was thinking, right? Why is there any law against Virgin Islanders that are in the mainland that have knowledge and experience that could benefit us and move us forward in a forward trajectory with forward thinking, that have the best interest of the Virgin Islands in mind, from being elected or appointed to a board?
Oh,
well,
wait. So there was a bill. Listen, there's a bill. I tell you, my father have 11 children, and I like to tell people I have a sister for everything. And in the same Title 3, Chapter 5, in that same sub 65A, it says that we can go outside. That's how the man for WAPA, but we have to be very careful, because we might get Maurice Moore, who want to be running for office, where he there and collecting money from WAPA, charging WAPA to read an email. But that's a whole different story. Hold on a second, my guest calling me. Yeah, hello? Upstairs, across from the bistro, upstairs from the post office. They have some steps in the back at the post office. So come up the stairs. Okay. Okay, bye-bye. Okay. Yeah, hello?
Yes.
So it says that we can name Virgin Islands who living abroad to the boards.
Yeah. And so my thing is, the question that comes to my mind, right, is power corrupts, but absolute power corrupts absolutely. You understand?
Yep.
And sometimes you got to look at the players in the game, right? Why is it that we want the same players in the game to push the same agendas without some kind of outward or forward trajectory from somebody that has maybe a different opinion that could move things forward, yes, in a more progressive way, rather than the old thinking. And that's what my concern was. And I'm ashamed to any senator that voted. I want to say that I look at Senator Gittins, I listen to Senator Gittins, and I agreed 100% with Senator Gittins' analogy. Okay, because he was the only one. I was briefly, I was in a down moment, and it clicked on, and I was like, okay. And I heard what Senator Gittins was saying, and I said, I agree with what Senator Gittins is saying. But you could tell those who voted in favor of the same constant things that keep us in the Virgin Islands in the throes of oppression, because the rich get richer and the poor stay poor. You understand? And we got to question these things. We got to question, why are these senators voting in the positive when they know within their heart that it goes constantly adverse to what's in the future benefit of Virgin Islanders as a whole. St. Croix needs attention. St. Croix needs attention. Everything can't be St. Thomas.
And the thing
cannot be St. Thomas.
And I want them to define, and my thing is, I was an exceptional student. Define exceptional. I was an exceptional student. You know what I mean? My teachers then would tell you I was an exceptional student. They would stand up in the classroom and give us a lesson. And before they could give me the lesson, I could tell them about, you're doing a math problem, I don't solve it. You don't have to teach it to me. I don't learn it. I don't know it. Right? That is exceptional. Exceptional means that you're doing something above and beyond. What we have above and beyond from the board for St. Croix. I am from St. Croix. Exceptional to me, exceptional service to me. And this is why we need new people on the board, right? Exceptional service to me. Exceptional service to me would be, you have been hearing, board members, that the people at St. Croix been asking about their hash track, right? The Port Authority that's their lease land there, right? Exceptional to me is using leveraging some of your cash reserves, leveraging your bonding capacity that the legislature just increased, right? To be able to fix that as an added attraction to your airport with a hotel. Tell me you thinking outside the box like that. Clearly, the central government can't build a hash track, but it's on our land. Let we build it. Let we do what we need to do with it. Make it modernize. You find the promoter. You do whatever you have to do on the back end for the hash track. But let us build it. That's called thinking outside the box. If you had told me the board had moved in that direction and that was an idea they come up with, I would have been like, vote for them. But you ain't bringing nothing to help my island. I can't support you. If you don't like St. Croix, me like you. Okay, and it's done.
And the question I have to ask Jamila is,
yes,
why is St. Croix being overlooked constantly and everything being forced on St. Thomas? And when I say forced, I mean forced because the people at St. Thomas really do not understand a lot of things that's going on. And I read something from Dana Christensen where she said that she posted it on social media that the people at St. Thomas are stand together and the people at St. Croix are divisive. And I beg to differ. The people of St. Croix do not.
That's how come she went for governor, you know. That's how come she went for governor. Making statements like that.
The people at St. Croix don't stand for nonsense, and they're fighters. And I always say this, that the people of St. Croix will always fight. And they are, historically, if you look back, they have fought for these Virgin Islands. Look at the treaty.
tell Jen to open this door. Tell Jen to open the door. Open the door.
So what I'm saying is, and I'm gonna jump out because I think your guests are there. What I'm saying is, we have to start to think strategically and hold one head in these Virgin Islands. Because it's only a group of people that's controlling the narrative here. And we got to start to think strategically and hold one head. Okay. This is ridiculous. And on that note, I'm gone.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Come. Okay. My classmate is here. My schoolmate, I should say, because I left school. We leave a little early. But so I'm going to speak to her, and she's going to be on with me for a minute. And when I'm done with her, WTJX, y'all, if I didn't read this, y'all need to go to newsfeed.wtjx.org. They just, the Virgin Islands. Yeah. But Denise is here to speak some positivity. Clearly, I need a moment for positive things and good things that's going to happen. So let's hit pause. You guys, let's do the top of the hour. So we talked about the nominations, and then somebody else wants me to talk about the schools. I'll talk about the schools when we come back, but let me talk to my girl. Kenny sister, Denise calling you. You know I don't know your name, right? Yvette. That's your name? Yvette is your name? Oh, I just said Kenny sister. She don't answer to that, Kenny sister. Because she live in New York for a minute, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, do the top of the hour. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, but she's back home now.
Here we go. Ready?
Okay, yeah. Show somebody, let me see the phone. Somebody just text me. Good morning. We are back. Hold on 1 second, Deja. Hi. Good morning. Hi. Hi. How are you? And we're back. Okay. Oh, she was texting me. Okay. Go show somebody. He's so disgusting. He wants all of the devices. Good morning. So y'all seen the camera. I'm gonna turn it. This is my classmate. And move the mic, man. You're laying the mic, hide your face.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you pull it down closer to you. Yeah. That's Deja. Yeah, me and Denise been at school together. Okay. So before I start, let me just say tomorrow is Rena Sarrow's mom's birthday. So I want to say happy birthday to Miss Sarrow. I don't know, it's so funny. I don't know like older people's first names because I just out of respect but I want to wish Miss Sarrow a wonderful birthday. You are so loved. I love you so much. Happy birthday. And I know you're gonna, your children are gonna treat you well tomorrow. They're gonna treat you well every day, but they're gonna especially well tomorrow. Yes. So, folks, the lady you're seeing on the screen in second grade, we had a white teacher, and I had just leave Miss Soto class, and Miss Soto is the first person to tell me I was smart and I was pretty, and and when I get to second grade, because I used to fight then, right? In first grade, I wasn't fighting. I was a good child in first grade. I just used to do everybody walk. I just used to talk a lot in class, right? But in second grade, Denise Christian teach me how to fight. And from then, people will be like, oh, who teach you? It's Denise. Denise had a head our little, we won't use the word because it has a negative connotation now. But Denise was the head of our gang. Club. Of our club. We had a club.
Oh, crew.
We had a crew. That's a good word. Yeah. We had a crew. We had a posse. Yeah, we had a posse. And Denise, so to the listening audience, this is who my faithful listeners, this is who teach me how to fight. And from then on, it was popping. So by the time I reached the third grade, that's when I had the incident with the teacher. Denise's fault, because it was Denise's fault. And then in fourth grade, they put us in that accelerated class, and then I was so turned up that I didn't even do fifth grade. I was gone. I was done. They were like, go. Yeah, we were done. Yeah, they were like, yeah. And so it's Denise's fault that I get pulled out of public school. If you start to think about it, because if you didn't tell me fight in second grade, I would have been a good child.
Oh God, my God, right.
No, okay, but no. But I want to, but
people used to be taking advantage of.
Yeah, I used to, because you can't
be my partner.
I just used to not, like, if you said something, like in first grade, it wasn't like, but then in second grade, kids started to get mean, and I just wasn't. I had cousins, and you tell them, and one of my older cousins might have text them, but these are like, yo, handle it yourself.
Right.
And then when I start to handle stuff, then it come bad. Right. And so that's what happened. They should have leave me alone. Yeah. But Denise but honestly, as Denise told me, you have to stand up for yourself. Use use your voice and use your hands. When your voice ain't working, use your hands. I tell you, yeah.
And she's still a little firecracker.
Yeah, so that's why. So it's Denise. But that's my girl forever. And Denise is Denise Christian Edwards, and she is the CEO, president of the Dave Edwards Foundation, an organization she founded to help support mothers in our community. And she was impacted by loss, and she lost her son. And it's just so amazing that you continue to have the strength to go on. I've told you this. I ain't gonna make us pray again here today. But this is, when I said this is my friend, this is my friend. And so when she needed space to come to speak about what she have going on, I was more than, willing. Anything she have going on, she could come up here anytime. She has online. Say your name, sweetheart.
I'm Deja Brooks James, and we also have Ms. Layla Little, who's president of the National Association of Double Dutch Organizations. They're the one bringing everybody to Ireland this coming week.
Okay.
Say hi, Layla. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having us.
Well, and thank you. And I should have known that you would call in. I would have set the StreamYard link. That's bad on my part, so people could have seen her. But they're going to be here this week. And in the studio, we're joined by Kenny Gittins' sister, Yvette. I don't remember her name, Yvette. Yeah, Yvette Jude. I know her last name, but she's Kenny Big Sister. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but I thought she'd always say.
Yeah, she's Kenny Big Sister. Yeah, so Senator Gittins' big sister, Yvette Jude, and Hack.
We're going on.
Hack. And so and I just want y'all to know, Miss Double Dutch lady that's on the line, right? Back in the day, in the hood, in the projects, I could jump double Dutch. I could jump double Dutch too. And I challenging Emil Henderson to a double Dutch.
Yes.
I got
What?
yes.
Email you get Carlos.
I always I told him I call him. He was like, you will not beat me. You can't beat me at baseball. You can't beat me at bowling. You can't beat me at basketball. You can't beat me at kickball. I'm gonna beat Emil at double Dutch.
Yes.
Okay? Because I was nice. And I I lose 2 pounds. The doctor tell me I lose 2 pounds. So I'm a little bit light on my feet, Milo. So your Anna. But he's so competitive, right? That I know he's probably in the gym all now.
Backyard practice.
Yeah. So maybe I need to go get some practice sessions in. So
who from last night?
Oh, I had tongue. Oh, y'all went tongue last night. I didn't know.
Oh yeah, everybody was excited.
That's my problem. I don't do social media. Oh, wow. I have a huge social media platform, but I don't do social media. Like I post my show on Saturdays. I don't even go back. I post it. I'm done. Like
we had a family fun night last night in Bodo Park.
Oh wow!
From education department.
I passed on there because I had to go drop something by Uncle Sonny yesterday afternoon. But the guy told me he's Boda Education doing something because I was like, why the road closed? And he was like, Boda Education. You see, they didn't even know.
Education department.
Oh, okay.
Family night out for the children.
Okay. So who's Layla? Let me ask Layla. Layla. That's her name? How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Anxiety on 1 million, but I'm excited.
So when do you hit our beautiful shores?
Oh man, I can't wait. I'll be there on the 4th.
Okay.
I'll be there on the 4th.
Okay, that's Wednesday.
Preparing and getting ready for the workshop practice for y'all. Get your sneakers on. Got practice on the 5th.
Okay. So where are you from originally, or where do you live now?
I am born and raised in Newark, New Jersey. Right next to New York. People like to say we're in New York, but we are not New York.
You across the bridge?
Yeah, Newark.
Yeah, right across the bridge.
You see?
I'm familiar.
Yeah, you should be very familiar. We have a lot of Virgin Islanders that live in the Newark area. So yeah, right. Yeah. How are you?
Oh, you too?
Yeah.
Right.
So okay. And what's the name of your organization?
The name of the organization is the National Association for Double Dutch Org.
Okay.
The organization, the company that is hosting AfroJump, it's called AfroJump Inc. It's a separate entity, but the tournament is sanctioned by the league, the National Association for Double Dutch Org.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. We have sports federations here, so it does make sense. All right. So do you jump?
Do I jump? Born the name Layla Little, but my name is the Double Dutch Queen.
Oh, okay. All right. So
I learned how to jump in North New Jersey at 8 years old, and I never put my roots down.
Oh, wow.
And multiple world champion titles.
Wow. Yeah.
Great.
Wow. Okay.
Nice.
I mean, we used to do it. We used to do it back in school. Denise will tell you. Deja too young to know all of this, right? But Deja's a baby. But we used to do it, and we used to plan it, on the court, and like the guys them used to chase you off the basketball court to jump. But Milo was nice. But I think I could beat him though. Milo was nice, but I think I could beat him.
I learned in New York.
You learned in New York?
Nice. Yeah, only because my injury mean going out at this time, but yeah, man.
You jump in Denise?
Wait, I tell you, you need to go on Facebook.
I gonna go on Facebook.
I'm a Dutch queen.
Oh, you can go Dutch queen? The VI queen, the VI queen.
Yes,
This is like
my title last night, right, Deja?
Yeah, no.
You did amazing last night.
You can still jump?
Yes.
Jamila, go on Facebook. I'm on Deja page. She have me post.
Okay, I have to go watch it because I know. You still nice. Okay,
yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's just warm up.
That's just warm up. And so how did this come to be? Like, I mean, I want to thank Deja and yourself. I see that you do things. I hear about it, but we often hear that there's nothing to do if you have kids in the Virgin Islands, and we've been having some wholesome, youth oriented type
Events.
activities, and I so appreciate that. And so I just want to publicly thank you for doing these things. And but what made you think about Double Dutch? You were reminiscing?
Me?
Uh-huh.
No,
Who brought this idea? How did...
Deja
Okay.
called me and
Okay.
she told me about it. She told me that somebody contacted her and asked her if this is something that the Dave Ever Foundation would like to be a part of. And I tell her, of course, we need to have this. We need to bring the kids them back from inside and bring them outside so they could learn the stuff that we used to do. When we come home from school, that's the first thing we learn and do. Play Double Dutch, hopscotch,
Morale.
bowl, morale, all them stuff.
I could have played Morale too.
When she brought it to me, I was like, what? And then we started talking all these things and brainstorming. I was like, yeah, we could do this. And we had like what, almost like 2 months the plan.
Yeah, about 2 months since
we started.
And so let me ask you, because for those of you listening, Deja can be our child. No joke.
I told her that.
Yeah,
she's like, to be your mother.
Yeah, she's like,
yeah.
So, but let me ask you, what do you know about Double Dutch? I used to play Double Dutch in your era.
So,
I mean, I know you come from old school, but
no man, people in my era play Double Dutch, but like I was an inside child. I've been inside with grandma, listening to Auntie Delta's stories, listening to Miss Molly. So I wasn't outside. So I am not very good at this thing. Everybody expected me to be in the ropes and stuff, but I'm just a good event coordinator.
Okay.
Leila, come this week if she gonna get me right. Right, Leila?
And you have to have the right person to turn, because if you have that crooked up left hand, right? Yeah, that crooked up left hand.
Well, that's what Layla coming to do, right? They coming to train.
Yeah, because you can't have that crooked up left hand, because then that will mess up the jump. And it had certain people can't turn the rope, so you're in the project also, right?
No,
yeah, and how I know is because I have a crooked up left hand.
You can hear the rope. You can hear when they are.
Oh yeah, I have the crooked up left hand. So, and then like back in the day, I don't know if Layla could probably tell me, it have the terminology. You used to hold the 2 ropes together and like swing it, and you had to jump over the ropes, like jump over the 2 ropes before you start. It had all kind of games we used to be, and they open your leg across it, like I was nice, I tell you.
And turn around and jump on one foot.
Jump on one foot and touch the ground. Spin around and stuff.
Remember.
Jamman could have played, and I could have danced to the Jamman in the Double Dutch and thing.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 people jumping together and thing. And you doing pancake. I was nice.
Yes. I was nice.
I was nice. Layla, I was nice. But then again,
we were recruiting you.
But Layla, that was only for like a year of my life, because that was the 1 year of my life where I was skinny. I have been fat ever since. so I don't, I don't know if I could jump. They need them. Listen, I get big ice. What I don't want it. Icy hot.
Kim coming with that.
Listen, it's bandage,
Yeah, Kim got that.
Because a lot of Ayo, let me tell you, a lot of Ayo ain't as young as I. You think you could jump?
What?
A little something.
Yeah, man.
I was jumping at the fair.
You are jumping?
Yeah, in New York.
What about your knees?
Yeah.
No, everything good.
Come back. Hack said his knees good. His knees good.
Yeah. Well, in New York, everybody jumped. My stepmother's nieces, too. It looked something athletic. It was a challenge.
Yeah.
I didn't feel no way about being well-grounded and comfortable within myself. So yeah, I was out there.
You had dudes in the project jumping too.
Yeah, but you never know. So dudes will harass you, Them dudes will harass you.
But you from Suffer Early side, right?
No, I used to live in Paradise.
In Paradise. Okay, I and Paradise are different. Okay. Yeah. I was a little different.
So
You
yeah,
know?
no, I don't remember double dutch here. I left before that time. I was out of here by like 12. So
Okay.
Me
Harrigan
too.
was, we used to double dutch.
I learned in New York.
So
double
he
Dutch.
he learned in the Yak.
Yeah,
He said if you from the Yak, you have to.
That's
learn
right.
in a way.
I
That's
agree.
standard.
That's
like
right. That's
standard.
right.
And I was, I was competitive. I'm competitive. So yeah, I learned how to double dutch.
So I gonna recruit you for my team before Milo recruit you, cause Milo to be slick. Milo, when I competed against Milo, like when I do kickball against Milo, Milo went for the soccer team.
Oh God.
Yeah,
All the good players.
Yeah,
He's a catcher man.
listen, Milo was like, if you're gonna do it, you have to do it well. I come out there with my little, my gangster people, we roll up. Milo bring a whole set of young boy that could kick the ball all the way to from Wimbar Park all the way to Sunny End. Yeah. But I come in prepared. I gonna recruit Hack and Denise.
I'm down.
Denise, don't tell me. Look, I know your cousin, but tell me you can't run for it. Okay, yeah, okay.
He's white and right.
Deja, you would have been on my team, but you can't jump, so you gonna be on Emil team.
She can't jump, but she can spin. She can spin, right there.
So Leila, what time is the event?
The event, so we're having a workshop on the 5th for anybody interested who want to participate. I'm putting a team together, adult team and a youth team. I'm going to get them together on the 5th. That starts at 6 p.m., right, Deja?
Yeah, that's 6 p.m., but I want people to call me to sign up because there aren't a lot of slots. So if people can call 340-201-1488 and I'll get you signed up.
Where?
Right.
Afro Jump takes place on Saturday, the 7th. It starts at 1 p.m. from 1 to 6.
Where though?
Where would the workshop be?
Right.
Island Center. Right, Deja? Island
Center for the main event.
And where the workshop that Deja?
I don't want to say because I don't want everybody.
Oh, you don't want everybody to show up. Okay.
So they need to say that number again.
So let me make it clear because you're hard-headed out there. So if you hear somebody say they're going to a workshop and you call Deja at 340-201-1488, the invitation wasn't for you. It was not for you. Don't show up if you didn't call Deja. So and if you call Deja and she tell you where the workshop there, don't go telling your cousin because your cousin ain't sign up. Learn to keep your mouth shush. Okay? No, I don't need the workshop because I could jump. I feel it myself. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go practice today because I have to be ready for Milo, for the judge. I want to be able to say and the people them social media that I beat the judge. Yeah, because me even calling him Milo, I gonna call you the judge. Yes.
But I think you should let Leila explain because they're going to be looking coaches and all that. So they'll be, all that is in the training. So if she can explain it, because not only are the jumpers, but coaches and stuff can come out also on the training day.
Oh, okay. So also this is good. Okay. So, Leila, let me ask you. So when you come, so if I'm understanding this, you're going to be, so are you certified to certify people? Am I saying that right?
Absolutely.
And
yes, I'm the president and founder. So I created the rule book.
Okay.
I create and host the events.
Okay.
So I'm coming.
Big shot.
See, Afro Jump on Saturday is just the beginning. The goal is to leave Double Dutch there so that you guys can develop a league and get local tournaments.
Oh, that is so good. Yes, that is so good because a lot of people don't, all children, like, I don't have eye-hand coordination to play basketball. Some of us might be vertically challenged. Some of us can't play football. Some of us can't play soccer. This is an activity, and it's a low-cost activity because all you have to be able to do is purchase a pair of sneakers and 2 jump ropes. So parents can. It's an affordable outlet for parents to engage their children in.
I want to say, excuse me for cutting you off, but last night when we went out to the event, you should have seen the amount of people that were excited. Children, what they didn't know about it, everybody, they were excited.
So
people were
people who
jumping.
don't know what double Dutch is?
Yes, they asked us, what is that?
I care, and none of them share and
Yeah.
Especially the younger generation.
Yeah, they were like, what is that?
I know to jump rope, but I don't know what's double dutch.
Yeah.
Show them.
That's right.
Wow. I think, as we're here on the radio, it's important that parents, and we need to take, don't mind Shashamani, just take my screen from me to be quiet here in the studio. But we have to get our children outside.
That's what I said.
And and when you carry your children outside, you build community. And when children know about other children and they become friends with children, the likelihood that they're going to commit a violent act against that other child is significantly reduced because they have a relationship with that person. How do you develop that? Yes, by bringing them outside. We need to stop, as parents, I'm guilty of it myself, but I mean, I have a child with a DD. I have a developmentally disabled child that sometimes it's difficult to carry him outside and do a lot of the activities that quote unquote normal children do. But if you don't have an excuse for your child, buy 2 jump rope. I don't know where you could buy. Oh, I know where you could get rope from. Home Depot to sell rope. Yes, and they'll sell it by the foot or the wherever 3 foot makwa a yard. They'll sell it by that. And you just buy the rope and you see how my left-handers go around? even in display.
But we gotta make it, we
have to carry them
sure
out.
that the environment is safe for the kids. That's the reason why our kids are not going outside, because we're afraid. A stray bullet.
Yeah, but if you start going out, I have learned and let me say this. I have learned that well, you know what, when we were growing up, there was honor amongst gangsters,
yes, it was.
Right?
Yes.
So if children were outside playing, and I still want to believe that we haven't gotten so far from who we are as a people, that if you see a group of children outside, that even if you are a little bad boy on the street, that you ain't gonna be like, hey, young man, you're playing, let me leave those children alone to play. And right before y'all came up here, I talked about creating a safe environment for our children. We're making the national news because we allowed pedophilia to exist in our territory unchecked. We have the situation with Epstein. We have the situation with the coach in St. Thomas, Bruce Smith, that actually got convicted and sent to jail locally for Shashrani, don't do that. Put it down. What do you mean why? Put it down. Molesting boys, and he's in jail. And then there's another. But we have to, as a community, we have to tell not just the world, but we have to tell our children, we love you enough to protect you. And we want to create safe spaces for you. That is why I wasn't here. I wasn't on the island for Kidsville. But my mother, who lives in Atlanta, anything Deja doing for children, my mother does be like, what you need, Carla? I'm like, okay, you have her number, call her yourself. Leave me out of it. But we have to get back to that kind of community. And that's why I'm so thankful, Denise, with your Dave Edwards Foundation. You've taken a loss that, and I've told you this privately, and I make you and Kim end up crying to the fair, but I don't know how y'all can remain so strong, because I came so close and I was non-functional. I was non-functional, and that same Milo can tell you how non-functional I was. And so you guys possess such strength, and to be able to take your grief and turn it around and still pour into other people's children is something I don't know that I would be capable of doing. And so I need to commend y'all.
Thank you.
And Deja, she suffered immense loss. That was her sister, and she continues to pour into the community. I'm such a punk. I would crawl up in my bed and cry. You know, like I'm thankful that I have a family that was like, Jamila, you need to snap out, cough me up a couple of times, but you guys are strong
I have
beyond
a good
measure.
support team. My sister.
You guys are strong beyond measure.
Yeah, so
you know,
I have a good support team. Once you have a good support team, you're gonna find that strength.
You have to pay for the workshop, Denise?
No, it's free.
No, it's sponsored by Sports Park and Recreation.
As
So
it should be, as it
so
should be.
much.
Okay,
Yes.
let me.
Huh?
Jamila.
What you said?
I said thank you to the commissioner, assistant commissioner, for making that happen
Shut
for us.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Shout out
Sit
Renee.
down.
They're one of our big sponsors.
Yes,
Thank you,
Renee.
and the commissioner of Sports Park and Rec.
Robert. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. And so, and Sports Park and Recreation, just because you sponsoring this don't mean that we don't expect you to buy ropes and have ropes at all of your public facilities. And we not because you sponsor this little workshop don't mean that we don't expect that summertime there's going to be a double Dutch camp. There is expectations that this is not a one-off Sports Park and Recreation.
National.
And this is an inexpensive sport. So don't tell me you can't afford rope.
Oh, no.
I'm just saying, because there was want to come with excuse. Y'all can't say it because y'all went to them for sponsorship. I could say it because my back broad. Literally and figuratively.
We know that for sure.
Yeah. So I could say it. But Saturday though, the event you have to pay to come to the event.
Yes.
Me and Shashamani come in. Where we could get our tickets from?
Leila, Deja,
where I could get my tickets from?
You can purchase the tickets at doubledutchdynasty.org.
Wait, hold on. Let me write it down. I come prepared today. Double Dutch Dynasty. DOUBLE, double Dutch, DUTCHDYNASTY.org.
.org.
Okay. See,
on competitions and events,
Click
you'll
on.
see Afro Jump.
okay.
The list of
I'm
events.
gonna send you the flyer again, Jamie.
Events. Okay. And then okay. So me and Shashamani gonna go. We'll be there. So I want everybody.
Oh,
That's
that's okay at the gate. We have
Yeah, tell them.
Yeah. And how much is it? How much are the tickets for children and adults?
$5.
Children is $5, adults is $10.
Okay. And children start at what age?
From you could jump.
Where you can sit in the seat.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you know, like they said 13 and over, you pay the adult price. Like at what age is adult? Oh, they didn't think about that.
Right.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So parents. Okay. So parents pay and don't lie. Like he's 19, so he have to pay the adult price, $10. It's $10 for adults, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he gonna pay his $10, and we gonna come in and we's going to jump, and we're going to have fun, and it's at the Island Center, and y'all need to come up because I gonna actually jump.
So up to 18 is the $5.
Yeah. So guys, y'all come out because I gonna be there and I'm going to be jumping. I don't get it. This pants. I get it leggings pants, and yeah. I got leggings pants and I get a short that ain't gonna get. Yeah, and I get a sports bra to hold on the tatas. And yeah,
you gotta wear that sports bra.
And I get a sports bra to hold on the tatas. And listen, I even have one of the to hold the belly, cause you know the belly does bumps. The belly does bumps a little bit when you're jumping. I got a faja. To put around the belly, and then I'm going to so I gonna be.
You sure you could jump after that?
And then I get me 2 knee brace them, and I get sneakers,
knee pads,
and I get knee pads, yes, and we're gonna be jumping, spinning, come, and I gonna beat Milo.
Go on, let me look.
Cause he's a judge, and he's doing judge things.
You know, Jamila, getting for you, my son. Oh God, what you do, Jamie?
No. Yeah, I love it. I could say I gonna beat you to something, and see, he's a judge, so he can't tell now. He's a judge.
You gotta take these
Yeah, he has to take the little blows, them, the little subliminals. And then when I see, I mean, I love you, Milo. So I want to encourage everybody to come out. $10, that's cheap. Yeah, because the other night I wanted to go Jamban and they tried to charge me $65. So I had to put on a Jamban live home. It was good.
What? Sweet.
Jamban was good, Jamila.
Yes, sir. I jammed on Jamban.
Listen,
it was worth it.
Listen, I put on some Jamban. A dude from St. Thomas, named man from Rock have a Jamban live there. I put on a Jamban and I Jamban in my house.
You didn't get to go.
For $65, Denise. You know I cheap. I think you know me. I cheap. 65 whole American dollars.
I had to walk.
So
Layla, one last question from Miss Jude.
No, we're excited that you're coming, and any other information that you need to present today, you should let us know now, please.
Let us know. I mean, let the
audience know
taking place. And about the after party and the after party that we're gonna be having.
Oh, after party. Listen, the after party is at the event. After you ask the professionals, we're gonna have a double Dutch party for everybody who wanna jump. You got your knee pads, the leggings. Everybody who wanna jump, we're gonna pull out the rope. The judges are gonna participate.
I want like one.
Community. This is for daughters, aunties, mommies, uncles, daddies. It's a community event.
I'm so excited.
Right at the same venue, right after.
Okay, I am so excited. Layla, I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to meet you. I am so excited. I am just seeing my whole new outfit in my head. I'm seeing the leg warmers. And a headband. I need a headband, Denise. Yes, I need a headband.
Yes, Jamila.
Oh, I let the people know the weather over there. What's the weather looking like?
It's sunny.
85 and breezy every day.
85 and breezy every day with sun and sprinkle showers.
And Layla,
no snow.
How many people come in? How much people gonna be in entourage?
I got about 85 people coming.
Wow. How much?
85?
Oh wow!
Probably like 100.
Wow! Yeah. Oh man, this is so exciting.
Yeah, the families are coming too. So
okay. So I need to ask her a very important question. This is a very important question that maybe only Deja will answer. Right? Since these people come in and are you involved, Miss Betty cooking? We got some boiled fish.
Making salmon balls for the judges and coaches.
That's what I'm talking. I could be a coach and I could be a judge.
We're having a meet and greet. A meet and greet on the Friday.
On the Friday?
Yeah, you know you could call grandma.
I know.
You want something.
That is true. That is true. Shashamani love her salmon balls.
And then you gonna come to the meet and greet?
Yes, the meet and greet is Friday. Where?
At Carambola.
Okay.
6 o'clock, right there, Layla?
Yes, but is that invite only?
Well,
y'all just fill the whole thing.
Fill the whole
thing. Sorry.
Say they want to tell we go.
No, that's not the same thing.
She dined it. No. Dined it. The meet and greet is where people just come and meet you and
go.
Yeah. That's probably where they're gonna invite the dignitaries. I don't know.
But
nobody driving on Carambola.
The training is the 5th.
The training. Nobody.
No,
we
the 5th, Layla?
I think you know Crucians. We ain't driving back there.
No.
So for no meet and greet.
Layla. The training is on the 5th, right?
Oh, it's two different things. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, the training is on the 5th.
And then
where you're gonna be. You're gonna be certifying people, certified trainers. Yeah.
Okay.
And also
we're certifying people who want to become coaches and also those who want to become judges.
Okay.
And this is really important because this is how you keep it going. That's the goal. But my ultimate goal and vision is to keep Double Dutch alive on the island. Listen, I'm trying to move it.
Yeah, we have
a goal.
And I think we have good people involved. So I think that it will remain. Yeah. And
not to cut you off, Jamila. We were saying that we want this to be an annual event.
Okay.
And we're gonna extend it to St. Thomas, St. John, and probably Tola. Yeah. Come on, it's one Virgin Island.
Okay.
Yeah, because they told me and them gonna want to.
Okay.
Yeah, but
they
like
want
she's
to be a part
saying,
of
it's
it, so,
national.
yeah.
She,
Yeah,
she
I
trying to take the island, so
I agree.
whoever is involved that could jump and
Yeah.
make we look good out there.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can have a Virgin Island competition.
We could do an
Team.
inter-island competition.
Yeah, or team.
Okay.
Yeah, like how we used
I
to.
okay.
So
Yeah, that told me.
Hey, we good. We good.
Like to come over for this too.
Yeah, we good. So I want to thank you guys. And I will continue. Get your tickets at doubledutchdynasty.org. Click on events. Look for Afro Jump. It's $10. Y'all get the tickets. It's at Island Center next week, Saturday. If you want to participate and become a judge or a coach, call 340-201-1488. And then they'll forward you the information as to where you can go that location so that you can get certified. I urge everybody who likes sports and has been wanting to become involved, but some of the sports isn't really your thing, but you want to be involved with children safely. Please, no Chester the molesters come trying to come the coach or no, we don't want Ayo wrongly. Yeah, we don't want none Ayo.
Nope.
And we have the right to discriminate against people we think maybe.
Okay.
So those that are of good heart, you can call 340-201-1488 so that you can become certified as a judge and as a coach. And I want to thank you guys for coming up. And Denise, continue plugging, continue doing what you're doing. I want you to know that I see you.
Thank you.
And I love you.
I love you more.
All right. Any last words, Kenny, big sister?
No, Jamila. My last words is I'm looking forward to seeing everybody next Saturday. I'm very excited.
Somebody tell me to ask you if Kenny could jump double.
Oh Lord, I don't know nothing about that. I know I could have jumped. I just upset that I'm injured and won't be able to participate in that way. But we want to thank Layla. I look forward to meeting you, Layla.
Yeah, and if y'all need to swing by next week Saturday so she can come on camera, you can feel free to come up next week Saturday.
All right, before this.
Before this stuff.
Thank you.
All right.
I'll call it out.
Okay. No problem. All right.
Thank you, Jamila.
No problem.
Thank you so much for having us.
Once again, the ladies leading the charge. I keep telling her, yo, the woman.
Right.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank
All right.
you
Have a
for
good Saturday.
having us.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. All right.
Later.
Oh.
Tell Hack bye.
Jamila, thank you so much.
No problem.
Once again,
Them boys moving today. My son moving, so Z and Kamali, all of them, they're together today.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're helping Chappie move today. Yeah, they're helping Chappie move.
Those are my guys.
Yes. Chappie living in Atlanta, right? Yeah. So
nobody.
yeah, so he.
With your mom up there?
Yeah, Letty live up there. Papa live up there too, my brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
everybody
up there except me, only me.
Yeah, your mother used to be cool back in the day.
For real, Harry got massive.
She older than me, but still.
Remember when they had the gas station? I used to be sitting up on the. I used to sit on the chair, the steps, and as soon as a car come down, I pump in for gas. When they closed that down, that was the first time I learned about economics. I lost my job.
People used to. Them boys used to do that. It's
when
true.
That shut down, I was like, how am I gonna make money?
That was that gas station. That was they own the land. Good old days in Frederickstead. And that's why I tell somebody, well, like I said, nobody running for governor. And I said it last week and I'll say it again. Anybody running for governor and don't have a plan for St. Croix?
Me too. I agree.
See, the problem is
done with
we
them.
don't own we're not gonna own on this next run, we're not gonna own the land. We're not gonna own the property.
Yeah, we live until 10 o'clock. We just talking. Nobody, we live. What happened?
The culture gone gone.
No, we still live.
The culture gone gone because we don't own the property. So it's gonna be a different set of people with a different energy. It ain't gonna be a little barber shop here or a lady selling saltfish and like.
But we have to but we need to bring that back. There's a I have a vision for Frederickstead, and it requires, it just needs buy-in, and it requires, I want to say like 4 years ago, Senator Gittins, let me give him his props. Kenny Gittins took us, the members of the Economic Development Committee. He went on a trip he took us to Florida. And if you ever travel with anybody Travel with Kenny Gittins.
Mm-hmm.
Spoil you?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus,
Well,
lad. Oh Jesus, he'll take care of you. Like
Oh,
you'll
yeah.
feel like a pampered princess with Kenny Gittins, right? So he took us on this trip. We stayed at this beautiful hotel. It was beautiful. It was nice. Cars come, everything beautiful, beautiful. And he took us to this town in Florida that was depressed, that came back. And he took us there, and we had a meeting around the table and the town. They had young people in leadership roles that spoke about how they redevelop their town. And part of it is mixed use. You build it, they're gonna come. And it's you build back the properties, and then you allow for the rental of the properties and use that income to pay back the whatever it costs to whatever it costs to refurbish it. And then after that, then you can determine what you're going to do with the building moving forward. But what that does is that it brings back businesses into town. It brings back residents back into town. And when you start to do that, that's how you revitalize an area and revitalize the area. And long gone are the days where we can just continue to act as if the coffers is one coffers, but no. While everything goes into the general fund, if the median income is in St. Thomas is $75,000 and the median income on St. Croix is $35,000, that tells you that there's a disparity between the islands. And so we have to level the playing field, and we have to make sure that the people that we want to lead us understand that you don't get to just come in and continue to do the same. We have to change our mindset. We have to change we have to, expect different. And we have to demand, we have to inspect what we expect. And when you don't inspect what you expect, then nobody does anything. And so
that's right. And don't just say you love the Virgin Islands, and then when you come in, you're not showing that.
Yes.
Oh, you love the Virgin Island, and we look like this.
Yes.
Simple things.
Yes.
So Tom,
don't
come in.
And I
don't want to hear it. You're gonna catch verbal blows. Don't ever call St. Croix a third world. They'll
but what I'm saying is we don't let me tell you something. You know how heartbreaking it'll be for me when I travel for work and I fly into St. Thomas and I see Delta, American, Spirit, Frontier, JetBlue, and when I come to St. Croix, my only option is American and seasonally Spirit. And you want to tell me that you get paid so much money, right? And you have money, and nobody stops to think, well, maybe if we incentivize this for this period of time, that it would become profitable, and then we could stop the incentives and business continues. But you have to attract and lure. Sometimes you have to lure people to your destination. And if I was talking about the horse track. Everybody, we've been trying to get this horse track built for how long? Port it on your land. You do all kind of other thing. How come the port is said, listen, this is ours. The same way you go enter into private public thing with Sky City to build the airport, and now St. Croix getting an airport, and St. Thomas getting carport, airport, new runway, and St. Croix ain't getting diddly squat. Why is it that we say, hey, let's think outside the box, do a public-private partnership, build the racetrack, build a accompanying hotel that goes down there because there's a racino on the track, and then that will be a reason for planes to come here. Yeah. Like I know, like maybe I dumb and maybe that's a dumb idea, right? But how is it that I could think about this and nobody else ain't thinking about how we could do this?
The unfortunate reality is,
and how is it?
Paola, the unfortunate reality is nothing getting done unless something coming underneath the table.
Yeah, I mean, look at the bar park in Frederickstead.
Yeah.
Like how long you could let one person and for all of that money. Listen,
But imagine how many people getting paid under the table.
But you know, people are and people digging out our eye around ya, and all are we smiling with them digging out our eye. You want to build a hospital. You are paying for a design bill for a hospital that's gonna be 7-story high with glass. What the hell we need a hospital that's 7-story high with glass for? All we need is a structurally sound building with beds. But they want to come with all of this grand thing that you're gonna can't maintain. And then you have gone so far down the road that you it's like the has gone out the band, and you trying to pull on to the reins, and it's one man versus 12 hasses going down. We don't have the strength to pull back in the horse. We have spent all kind of money on design. All these people with this, listen, you only designing it that way because it ain't your money. Imagine we building a school. They're building the Evelyn Williams with Evelyn Williams there. And it's only 24 classrooms. And that's what the newspaper said.
With the pool and all of that.
With pool and all kind of thing, but only 24 classrooms. By Evelyn Williams with Paradise. But they can't rename it because the law, and that's another thing. This Department of Education has been the worst. IOS closing down schools, stopping the names of Virgin Islanders. You are erasing our history the same way America is trying to erase Black history in America. We have a government now and a Department of Education that is systematically erasing our educators and our Virgin Islands history in the Virgin Islands. And everybody okay with it because there's your friend and I get big job. I sick and tired of all of them. And all of them, a whole bunch of them take away the speech from me. And like, I don't care. Take a number, get to the back of the line. You're doing a disservice to the people. I could walk in this community with my head held high. You want to know why? Because the most I could say about me is my mother been on drugs and I get arrested. And guess what? Me the first and me the effing last.
Exactly.
Are you only walking around because they didn't catch up to all the wrong you're doing to the people wrong, yeah. A whole bunch of good for nothings in high heel shoes and in tip shoes, them hard toe shoes wrong, yeah. Wearing suit and tie and looking down on people, and you know why you're doing. You gonna tell me you spent all kind of millions of dollars to build. These people fleecing the Virgin Islands.
What's their vision program?
And a house can't get built. But it's true, house can't get built. People house can't get built. But we paying somebody $1 million to refurbish a project apartment, a whole $1 million. We pay people for Walter I.M. Hodge, and then Walter I.M. Hodge, people don't having problems with their units, and we ain't supposed to be upset, and we ain't supposed to send nothing. We making multi-millionaires here in the Virgin Islands, and we afraid to hold them accountable because they have money. But guess what? They can't buy my mouth. My mouth is not for sale at all. You know, they just get me. Somebody said, keep your blood pressure down. No, me not a blood pressure. It's just, you know how much money, that school, you know how much money they cost, they knock down Arthur Richards and Billing Evelyn Williams school, the millions of dollars they put in that school, putting in pool and all kind of thing. What we need pool for? We got a beach, carry them to the beach.
Only 24.
Only 24 classrooms.
No way.
That's insane.
No way.
Well, ladies, I gotta go to YRC. I gotta go talk to the young men.
Yeah, go. Yeah, thank you. Good. I was good to see you. Yeah, I only have like 4 more minutes on the show, so I come to make me raise the people in blood pressure. But we need to stop fleecing the Virgin Islands, man. People frustrated.
That's right.
And we have to do better for our people. But listen, I didn't get to talk about this because I had guests in the studio.
Jamila, one love.
Okay, bye, my love. But shush, I'm only going with the phone. He always going with the phone, right? So I'm going to leave you with this last story. I love you guys.
Okay,
I may say bye-bye.
Thanks for
No, but
having
I see you next
us.
week.
Jamila,
I will see you next week.
yes, I'm looking forward to
I gonna definitely see you next week.
And Milo, so tell Milo he needs to come.
Yeah, he gonna come more than likely. So I just want to say, if you guys go up on newsfeed.wtjx.org, there is a story on newsfeed.wtjx.org, and it says that current delegate Plaskett drops her lawsuit against the firm that represented her in the Jane Doe case. Law firm has a PFA contract. And 1 month after filing a complaint against the law firm that defended her in the federal civil suit connected to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, Delegate to Congress Stacey Plaskett has dismissed a lawsuit she filed over unclear legal bills against Dwayne Morris LLP. No reason for the dismissal was provided in the filing. Attorney Jeffrey B.C. Moorhead filed a notice of voluntary dismissal without prejudice on January 14th after initiating the case in the Superior Court on St. Croix on December 14, 2025. Judge Ernest Morris approved the dismissal on January 21st without prejudice, meaning the suit can be refiled. The complaint sought a court-ordered accounting and declaratory relief regarding legal fees Dwayne Morris billed to Plaskett in 2025. Attorney Eric Breslin, a Dwayne Morris partner, represented Plaskett in the Epstein-linked suit. Plaskett's cousin, attorney Miles Plaskett, is also listed on Dwayne Morris' website as a partner with the firm. Dwayne Morris is contracted by the Virgin Islands Public Finance Authority, according to the information obtained from the PFA's budget submittal to the legislature of the Virgin Islands. So y'all can go out and read this story, but it is very interesting because, let me tell you, anyways, I will connect the dots next week with that. And again, silence means that we are complicit and we are okay. And we need to lend our collective voices to demand answers and resolution so that patterned behavior is not continued to be allowed to happen here in the Virgin Islands. All right. I don't know how to be anybody but Jamila. I happen to love being just Jamila. I want to thank Denise, the Dave Edwards Foundation, Miss Deja Brooks James, and the Double Dutch Dynasty, Afro Jump, for the events that they have coming on this week. Remember to call 340-201-1488 if you want to become certified as a coach or a judge, and then come out on Saturday to doubledutchdynasty.org. You can get your tickets, $10 for adults, $5 for children, and participate. I don't know how to be anybody but Jamila. I happen to love just being Jamila. I need somebody to tell me power the back on in 9 and 10. Feed us 9 and 10, because if it don't have no power, me going home. And I like being home, but I ain't going home if it don't have no power. So I need to know if the power went or if it come back on yet. Until next Saturday, I love you guys. Bye-bye.
Stand up for peace.